Welcome to this training on trusting yourself. Trusting yourself around food, but also trusting yourself in your life, period. Trusting your gut instincts, trusting the pull, trusting your intuition. Now, what I hear from a lot of people, especially when it comes to trusting yourself around food, is I can't trust myself. I can't trust myself to know how much to eat. I can't trust myself around sweets. I can't trust myself to stop when I'm full. I can't trust myself when I'm at social events. I can't trust myself. And the reason that you can't trust yourself is not because you're broken, not because you don't have an intuition, not because there's anything wrong with you, but because you are simply not tuning into your inner guidance system. You are looking externally, outside of yourself, for answers instead of turning inwards. And what this looks like is maybe you have been told to not eat after 7 p.m. And you have that rule so deeply ingrained into your brain. And so one evening, it's 8:30 at night, and you feel hungry. And you're like, I really want a snack right now. But you think about what you've been told about not eating after 7 o'clock, and you automatically look externally and say, but wait a minute, I was told to not eat after 7 o'clock. So you don't listen to your inner guidance system that says, I'm hungry. You disregard your intuition. You disregard the signal that your body is telling you, and you listen to somebody else. You put somebody else on a pedestal thinking that they know you better than you know yourself. And it's easy to be like, but I don't trust myself, so I can't listen to myself. I can't, it's probably not a good idea. I don't know. I just ate. I don't think I need to eat again. Instead of actually contemplating, taking a moment, oh wait, maybe I actually am hungry and I'm going to listen to what my body is telling me, you shut down your voice, your intuition, and you listen to somebody else. That is the main reason why you can't trust yourself. Because what ends up happening is you don't listen to that voice that says, like, I'm hungry. You turn it off. And you try to push it off. You try to push it off because you're not supposed to eat after 7 o'clock. And then the next day, you are super impulsive and you end up having crazy sessions. Maybe you've overeaten at lunch. You're having way too much chocolate. And you feel like, see, I'm so out of control, I can't trust myself. But the reason that happened was because last night, when you actually wanted a snack, you didn't listen to yourself. And I get this because I used to look outside of myself for everything. I would ask my husband, like, what should I order? And he's like, well, what do you feel like? I'm like, I don't know. What do you think I should order? And he's like, I don't know what you want. But I kept on telling myself, I don't trust myself. So you need to decide for me. I remember this one time I was at my parents' house and I would literally open up the fridge and I'm like, Mom, what do you think I should eat? She's like, what do you want? I'm like, just tell me, should I have the pizza or should I not? Because when you are so afraid of making the wrong decision, you ask other people, what do you think I should do? You are afraid of making the wrong decision. So you look outside of yourself. You ask other people, what do you think I should eat? What do you think I should order? Or you just look to see. Well, no one else is eating, so maybe I'm not actually hungry. Instead of trusting yourself to be like, just because no one else is eating doesn't mean that I don't need to eat something. Just because everybody else at the restaurant is ordering one thing doesn't mean I have to order that. So self-trust comes through listening to your body, not second guessing yourself, not doubting yourself, not questioning yourself, and definitely not looking outside of you for answers, because nobody knows your body better than you. And I know that's hard when you feel disconnected, when it feels like your hunger and fullness cues are completely out of whack, you are disconnected from your intuition. I used to feel like I didn't have an intuition. People would say, just listen to your body. And I was like, well, I don't know what my body's trying to tell me. I would hear people be like, I just know this is the right decision for me. And I'm like, how? How do you know that? How do you know that? They're like, I just feel it in my body. And I'm like, I want to be able to feel that. And I only started to feel my fullness cues, my intuition, when I actually started listening to my body over everybody else. So I didn't care if people told me, hi, Susan. I didn't care if people told me, don't eat after 7 o'clock. If I was hungry at 8 o'clock, I would have a snack. I don't care what people told me about, what to eat, how much to eat, don't have something sweet after lunch. I trusted that I was like, I love having something sweet after lunch. So you have to trust yourself. Stop looking outside of you, even when it comes to your workouts. So actually, the reason I even wanted to come on here was because, so many of you guys know, I am postpartum, and I got cleared to work out at the 6-week mark. And I was like, no, we're still healing, okay? Like, we're still healing over here. I did not work out at the 6-week mark. I did not work out at the 7-week mark, 8-week mark, 9-week mark. It's almost 3 months, and I just went to my first bar class yesterday. Why? Because I trust myself. I trust that is what's best for me. Even if somebody said, you are good to go at the 6-week mark, I said, I am choosing my inner guidance. I am listening to my body versus anybody else. And on the drive to my parents yesterday, I said to Andrew, and I said, I'm kind of surprised that I've waited this long. And I was like, I thought I'd be so much more eager to jump into it and not to, everyone thinks, oh, get your body back. It's not about that. I just thought I'd be excited to work out again. But what ended up happening was I was excited to rest. I wanted to heal more than anything. That's what my body was telling me. Rest, Lorna. Rest longer. Heal, heal, heal. That's what my body was telling me. And I listened. Even though I was cleared at 6 weeks, I'm like, yeah, we're not ready at 6 weeks. It's almost been 3 months and I just went to my first bar class. And as I was saying on the drive to my parents last night, I was telling Andrew that I was kind of surprised that I waited this long. And he said, because you're secure. And I was like, well, tell me more. And he said, you're secure in who you are. You're secure in your body. You feel good about where you're at and you trust yourself. And I thought that was so interesting because he said, if you didn't trust yourself, most people don't trust themselves. And so after they have a baby, it's like, I got to hurry up, get back to myself. But you trust yourself, you're secure in who you are, and you know what's best for you, aka healing. So you're not trying to override your intuition. And this is so important. If I didn't trust myself, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I got to hurry up, get back to it. I don't trust myself. But I know that I needed to heal longer. I wanted to heal longer. I don't care how anyone else is working out. Yesterday when I went to my first bar class, they were doing a lot of second position squats where your legs are super spread out. And I was like, I feel like I'm gonna rip something down there if I open my legs like that. So I'm like, we're just gonna literally go very, very, very slow. And I just went more for the social aspect. I'm not here to do a crazy workout. I just want to talk to people and leave my house. And so I like barely opened my legs and I was like just really taking it easy. They were using 2 weights. I was using 1 2-pound dumbbell. I didn't use the band on my legs. And I trusted myself. I don't care if this person beside me is sweating and they're working up a sweat and they're working so hard. I trust that this is the season that I'm in right now and I listen to my body. If you're comparing yourself to other people, you're always going to look, oh my God, that person's doing that. I need to do that. But that person is not you. That person is not in a season that you are in right now. So whether it comes to what you're eating, how you're working out, or just life in general, stop looking outside of yourself and tune inwards. You feel a pull. You feel something. Like your body says, I'm hungry. You gotta listen. Your body says, you know what? I'm gonna do a hard ass workout today. Listen. Your body says, no, I'm gonna sleep in today. Listen. Trust yourself. It's easy to compare. Oh, I was just talking to this person and she said she's doing this crazy 8-week workout program and she's feeling so amazing and she's going to the gym 7 days per week and she's doing all this. Should I be doing that? Oh my God, maybe I should. No. Because if you didn't hear that from her, you wouldn't have maybe wanted to do that. What do you want? What do you want in this season of your life right now? You might actually want to be like, I don't know, enjoying more stretching or some walks, whatever it is. You need to be okay with that and trust that that is what your body is needing in this season. You're going to go through seasons. I had a client that I worked with and she would always ask me, Lorna, how do I know when to sleep in? When to get up on my first alarm, when to go to bed early, when to allow myself some fun to like kind of stay up a little bit later. And you got to just trust and listen. Like people say to me, but I can't trust myself. No, you can. You're just not listening. Your body is telling you that you're tired one morning, but you're forcing yourself to get up anyways. Your body is telling you, like, I'm tired. I actually want to go to sleep, but you're staying up and eating. You have to actually act on the signals that your body is sending you. Your body is sending you signals. Your body is literally telling you, it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm freaking tired, go to bed. But you don't listen. You stay up and you eat. Okay? That's one mark of you losing trust with yourself and you losing touch with your intuition. The next day, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You just had lunch and you really want something sweet, but you convince yourself you don't need it. You push it off. Boom, another check of losing touch with your intuition. Then Saturday comes around and you're out for dinner and you really want the pizza, but you tell yourself, I'm just going to order this chicken thing. And so another tick of I don't trust myself. Another tick of losing touch with your intuition. And then you say, I can't trust myself. Well, I can tell you exactly why you can't trust yourself is because all of those signals that your body was sending you, you never listened. It's not that you can't trust yourself. It's that you're not listening to your body. Trust is built through time. Trust is built through repetition. Lorette says, during times of lots of stress, I walked because it helped, but my nervous system could not handle strength workouts. It was sore without even picking up weights. Listening to your body is gold, 100%. Like there's going to be different seasons. And imagine if Lorette was like, no, but I have to do all these strength training workouts. She literally would have been even more unhealthy. But she trusted that that is what I needed for my body. And that's so beautiful. I'm so freaking proud of you. But this is the thing. If you don't listen to your body, you think you're doing yourself a service. Oh, that person is doing, they're going for runs. I need to start running. And that is like the most unhealthiest thing for you in this season of life that you're in right now. And you think you're doing something good for yourself by following what she's doing when it's literally the worst thing for your body, which is actually healthier for you to slow down. We're not taught that slowing down is the best thing for us. We automatically think the best thing, more workouts, more strength, faster, harder, push. That's not always the case. Sometimes slowing down is the best thing for you. I was actually talking to another one of my clients, and this client of mine was mentioning that their partner was doing a hardcore HIIT workout and they didn't feel like doing it that day. So they went for a walk. And this person said to me, like, I kind of felt guilty. Like I didn't have a good workout. But I said, you had to trust that that's what you needed in that moment. There was a reason why your body was telling you not to push. Your body doesn't just send you a signal for no reason. Your body wants to take the best, absolute best care of you. This is why, when people get sick, like let's say someone is really, really tired and they're not letting themselves rest. They'll often get sick because their body's like, if you're not going to listen to me because I'm tired, I'm literally going to shut your body down so that you have no choice but to chill the heck out. You'll literally be forced into resting if you don't listen to it. You will be forced into overeating if you didn't listen to your body when you were having that craving at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, but Lorna, I don't know why. I'm so out of control with food. Why did I overeat? Well, because at 12 o'clock you wanted the piece of chocolate and you didn't allow yourself. There's always a reason. There's always a reason. Your body will literally, you will literally overeat. And then you're going to have to look at that and be like, oh, wow. Yeah, because I didn't honor my craving. Oh, wow, I'm sick because I was supposed to rest and I was pushing through and I was taking on all these other things. Now my body's forcing me to rest. You have to listen and trust. Trust yourself more than your partner, more than anybody else. You know your body better than anyone else. But you don't believe that right now. And that's okay, because I didn't believe that at the time. I was like, I don't have an intuition. No, I can't hear it. I couldn't hear it was BS. I heard it. I just didn't listen to it. Truth. My body was saying, I'm hungry. And I'm like, no, you're fine. My body was telling me, ooh, I really want the pizza. No, you're fine. Just have the chicken. You will only be able to build up trust when you listen to your body, and it's through repetition. So let's say you baked brownies one day and then you ended up overeating them. Maybe you even finished half of the batter before you even put it in the oven. And you're like, Lorna, see, I baked and I overdid it. See, I can't trust myself. No, you can't trust yourself because you did it one time. You did it once. Trust is not built on one block. Trust is built through block after block after block after block after block. Multiple times. That's how you build up trust. So, okay, you overate the brownie mix before putting it in the oven. Well, try again. And then you expose yourself to that. And then guess what? Eventually, you can completely bake the brownies and even give it to somebody without even eating one little brownie. You can bake it for your neighbor without finishing it before you have to deliver it to their house. But that only comes through repetition. I think about riding a bike. I use this analogy a lot. It's like as a kid, when you had the training wheels on, you had to put the training wheels on. And maybe you bumped into things and you were on your bike and maybe you fell down, you scraped your knee and you got back on the bike. Imagine if you tried riding the bike one time and you fell. And you're like, no, I can't ride the bike. Well, you would never be able to ride the bike without training wheels if you did not get back up and try again. You have to do it over and over and over again. Oh, but Lorna, I baked once. I lost control. See, I can't do it. No, you did it once. Do it again. Even if you binge, do it again. Oh, but I overate. Do it again. 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 Riding the bike. Do it again. Hop on. Oh, you fell, Kate. Get back up. Repetition is what builds up self-trust. So put blinders on. It doesn't matter how anybody else is eating, how anybody else is working out. You can talk to a friend who's like, I cleaned my whole house today, and I went to the bank, and I went to the gym, and I went to a Pilates class, and then I cleaned my kitchen, and then I went to the store, and you're like, I just got up. Trust. Now, I will say, sometimes you do got to call yourself out. Like, if you know that you're not tired and you're just like pressing snooze, call yourself out. Like, let's freaking go, right? Like, I'm a big believer in mixing tough love and calling yourself out. But if you trust that, like, that was exactly what I needed this morning just to sleep in, and somebody else says that they've done 800 things, you got to trust that that was the best thing for you. It's not about this person told you what all the things that they've done and now you feel bad about what you didn't do. If you felt better sleeping in, you got to trust that that was the best decision for you. If you're like, yeah, I was just lazy, I just didn't want to do it. Well, I also believe call yourself out because you're not living up to your full potential. So there is this fine balance, but trust comes through time. You're not going to know until you actually trust yourself. And you actually start listening repetitively over and over and over and over and over again. That's how you build up trust. Trust with what you're eating, right? Even if you go to the restaurant. I'm sharing so many different examples to really nail this. And let's say you go to the restaurant. And by the way, I always make myself a cup of tea and then I don't drink it for like 20 hours. So we're going to take a sip. And we're going to drink it because if not, it's going to be cold and I never finish my teas. So let's say you go to the restaurant and every single time you are used to looking up the menu before actually going to the restaurant. How are you going to expect yourself to trust yourself to make a decision when you get to the restaurant without looking at the menu if you always look up the menu? Something needs to change. So if you want to be that person that walks into a restaurant, you don't have to know where you're going, you don't have to look up the menu ahead of time. You want to be able to sit your booty down, open up the menu, look at everything and be like, that sounds good. You have to stop looking at the menu before you show up. That's the only way you're going to actually build up that trust. If you're holding on and clinging on to certain things that are keeping you safe, you're not going to actually build up that self-trust. If you're always avoiding baking, because I don't trust myself, you're not going to be able to trust yourself to bake. So trust comes through repetition, trust comes through listening to yourself, and trust comes through doing things differently. I trust myself to eat intuitively and know exactly how much I need to eat without tracking my food because I don't track my food. I trust myself to take as much time as I need to not work out postpartum in the duration that I chose for myself because I've listened to my body. I don't look, what is everyone else doing? I don't care what anyone else is doing. This is my body. If you want to be that person that trusts yourself, stop looking outside of yourself. Stop looking to see what this person is doing, what that person's doing, and stop holding on to things that you think are keeping you safe, but are actually keeping you trapped. I used to think, no, it makes me feel safe. If I look up the menu ahead of time, that makes me feel safe. No, that kept me trapped. That kept me actually not trusting myself because I was relying on that to know how much I should, or what I need to order. So stop looking outside of you, turn inwards and trust yourself. The voice, you feel it. You feel that nudge that says, I'm hungry. Don't dismiss it. The voice that says, I really want seconds. Don't dismiss it. The voice that says, I know it's like 9 o'clock. I really want to stay up because I want to have me time, but I probably should go to bed. Go to bed. There is this pull. You do have the intuition. Like, stop telling yourself, I can't trust myself. You can. You're simply not listening. And I say this with so much love because it's what you need to hear right now. Stop saying I don't trust myself. Your body is literally sending you a signal and you are dismissing it. That's the only reason you can't trust yourself. I don't want you to just trust yourself with what to eat. I want you to trust yourself in every single area of your life. Knowing when to slow down. Knowing when to push yourself. No one's going to tell you, this is the time you got to push yourself. You're the only person that is going to know that. Whether you're in a season of more slowness, maybe you're in a season of more hardcore workouts, maybe you're in a season of sleeping in, maybe you're in a season of 5 a.m. workouts. Like, nobody can tell you that. I can't even tell you that. Your body knows, but you have to listen. And I think it's a lot of the times easier to listen and to push, but listening is not always pushing. Listening is sometimes pulling back, and that's harder for people. I think my body is needing more rest. Oh my God, I need to slow down. No. I don't think my body's telling me that. No. My body's not telling me to slow down. Let me speed up. I'm pretty sure your body was telling you to slow down, and you were just pretending to not hear it. Hearing your body is one thing. Listening to it is another thing. And blocking off all the other external noise is the other thing. So take out, I can't trust myself. Take it out. I told my client, we did a coaching call the other day. And I told her, I said, stop telling yourself that. Stop it. You can. When you keep on telling yourself, I can't trust myself, that's going to be like this thought that you think, oh, what should I eat? I don't know. I can't trust myself. I don't know. Should I do a workout today? I don't know. I can't trust myself. Should I sleep in? I don't know. I can't trust myself. Let that go. You can. You just actually need to listen. And when you can trust yourself in one area of your life, it's going to serve you in every other area of your life. Because I started trusting myself around food, I started trusting myself around my workouts. When I started trusting myself around my workouts, I started to trust myself to make big life decisions with Andrew and I in terms of our son, in terms of like big business decisions. So this is important, trusting yourself, not just with food, but in life in general. There's nothing more attractive than someone who's like, I know myself. No, actually, I'm not doing that. No, thank you. Not for me. Or like, yeah, I'm doing this. When everyone else says, well, you're crazy. Okay, but this feels right for me. Even one of my clients, she joined one of my mentorship spaces. It's an 8-month program. And it was a stretch for her. And if she probably would have told other people what she did, people would probably be like, you're doing that? Like, you're crazy. But she's like, yeah, but this feels right for me. Imagine she listened to other people. I don't listen to anyone else. I'm like, this is right for me. So I am doing this. Whether it's hiring mentors and coaches, like I've done so many things in my life where like if sometimes I did tell family, you know, like I invested in this or I'm doing this, and they're like, what? Are you crazy? No, like you spent that much money on a mentor. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't get it. I'm like, I know what's best for me, right? So whatever it is, relationship with food, workouts, what you want to do in your life, in your career, and your motherhood journey, and your life in general, like forget about other people. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. What the heck and Bob do you actually want for yourself, your health, your life? That's what actually matters most. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. What do you want to be doing? Trust that. Wow. This was like a masterclass. This was basically a masterclass on self-trust. So if you found value in this basically masterclass, let me know. Send me a DM right now and be like, gold, or let me know your biggest takeaways. You can always share this video with a friend, a family member, somebody. Maybe you have a friend who's like, I can't trust myself. I don't know what to do. Maybe your friend always asks you for advice and you're going to send them this video to be like, stop asking me for advice. You can trust yourself in the most loving way. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day and we will see you guys soon. Okay. Bye guys.